United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Is there a motion to approve the minutes of last week?
So move. Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Last week was 329.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve appropriations ordinance number 14?
I move we approve ordinance number 14. Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, I'll declare the public input session open for any items not on the agenda. Seeing none here, is there anything online? Ask the bench.
I have nothing.
Have anything? Okay, I'd like to put up for the Harvard global COVID chart. And we can go to the dashboard first if you're going to the dashboard. Okay, thank you. Thought I was helping. Well, you can see that we have 15 active cases, and if you go down and click on daily change up there in the middle on the blue bar.
Or
daily
just
change.
to the next one up.
And you go and put your cursor on that last one, you will see it's 15. So active cases, just for a matter of understanding, means that's the last report, not necessarily if you do the math. And you can see from, we've had 9,968 vaccines distributed. So we're just over 30% in the county. We don't have any way of knowing if we're half of that, or if we are half of that in the town, then we would be even a greater percentage in the thing, but we have no way to know that. And pretty much, I think everything else is explanatory on there. This is a good site, sometimes a little bit difficult to find. So my recommendation is, once you get that up, bookmark it, and then go to your bookmark and click on COVID update. I think that's what it says, and we'll be in business. The other good thing is on the right side, Kansas counties, everybody around us is right there on that. So you'll see everything from on the bigger categories from them. Basically, if you pull up the Harvard now, you will see that we spent the last 5 days in yellow. We had another 5 days previously. We've not been in red since about February sometime. So I think that we are doing really well. And we'll talk about that later in the agenda, but I wanted everybody to see that. So with that, I'll declare the public input session closed. Is there a motion to approve the agenda as distributed?
So move. Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, the first thing is we have 2 openings on the library board. And I want to do this before we get the library week presentation, but I would like to move to appoint Stephen Weller and James Ketcherside to the Merson Library Board and authorize the mayor to sign the appointment documents. These are 4-year appointments. They start May 1, so only in a few weeks, and they'll run till April 30th, 2025.
I second it.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, I would like to call on Steve Reed, the right number for a librarian, right name. And what I would ask is that he would give us some background to National Library Week and some of the things that we will be doing locally, and then we'll read the proclamation.
Well, it is National Library Week again, and we've made a lot of progress since last National Library Week, since we were closed then. So we are open. We are checking out items, and in fact, our circulation is up about 20% since before the pandemic. So we have a lot of people coming in using the library, which is a good thing. I do want to address Cookie Day. That was the first question someone asked me when we came in. It's really not safe to do Cookie Day this year. However, we are doing the next best thing. Ann Kirshner from the Cook's Nook will be doing a Zoom class on how to make your own cookies. So take a note of that.
There you go.
She's going to demonstrate how to make 3 easy cookie recipes.
Good.
And then also we're having
And
some,
when is that, or is that recorded and you can go out and find it at the library site?
yeah, and you can register through the library site. And then we also are going to have some take and makes for kids this week, where they can come in and take home craft kits. And then on Thursday, we're releasing the, I don't know if any of you saw our first click video about historic McPherson photographs. We're releasing another one on Thursday for National Library Week.
Okay.
We're going to do 6 more historic McPherson photographs.
All right, good. And can you repeat those runs once you've done all 6?
Oh, yeah, they're always
Because
on.
next year is our 150th anniversary, so we need a repeat performance.
We can always have them available.
Okay, thank you. Okay, you got anything else going?
That's the week.
Okay, I'll go ahead and read the proclamation then, and then I'll give it to you. Whereas our nation's libraries build communities by providing resources that inform, entertain, and enrich the lives of all people. Whereas libraries are vital to building a nation of readers and creating a lifelong love of reading among our children and youth. Whereas librarians help people of all ages make new discoveries every day and support them in their pursuit of knowledge. Whereas our libraries are vital parts of our democracy, providing unique resources which enable citizens to make informed decisions. Whereas libraries and library patrons in McPherson are now celebrating National Library Week with the theme, "Welcome to your library. Now therefore be it resolved that I, Thomas A. Brown, Mayor of the City of McPherson, do hereby proclaim April 5th through 10th as National Library Week in McPherson, and encourage all citizens to visit their library and join with me in expressing appreciation for our public, college, school libraries, their staffs and services which they provide." Is there a motion to approve this proclamation?
I so move.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
We have a great library. I'll say maybe the best in the state, but that may
Thank
be a little bit biased. There are some people will argue with me, but you will not find a better facility, a better maintained facility, and a board that is very conscientious in keeping it that way. And we keep on adding a number of new offerings periodically. And so hopefully our patronage will continue to grow, as Steve has announced earlier. Please hand that down to him. Do you
Thank
have
you,
any
Mr.
closing
Mayor.
remarks?
We appreciate your support and hope to continue to grow as we move out of the pandemic.
Okay, thanks for coming in.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Give our regards to the staff. Okay, we're on to police department items. And I guess that's Michael.
Morning, Mayor, Commissioners.
Morning.
The first item I have this morning that's up is a motion or recommended commission approval, motion to approve the implementation of the McPherson Police Department Reserve Program effective today, April 5th, 2021, and begin the recruitment of volunteers, as well as to accept the Police Reserve Program General Order, Police Reserve Officer job description, and Police Reserve Sergeant job description. Last week, we discussed this and we talked about the savings that the reserve program would have. And Mayor, just to let you know, I did bring a calculator and checked my numbers, and the numbers are correct. And I'd just like to move forward with the reserve program.
Okay. And we still have, if the treasurer will raise her hand, that she is for this financially. She didn't raise her hand. There you go. Sure.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
As I indicated last week during study session, this is a new program. As Chief Golden indicated, it was not in the 2021 budget. But as the mayor also indicated last week, there are 3 open police officers. So he is saving money in those line items. Based on my calculations and what Chief Golden and I have spoke about, the overtime should reduce significantly with this program in the tune of around $17,000 to $19,000. It might wait or have some delay in that savings based on training and such, but in the future years, we should see significant savings as those officers who are at a full wage would not be needed in the programs as he's presented. So,
Thank you.
Any
You
questions
just,
for
you
me?
just got the
I'm sorry?
treasurer's good finance.
I'll go
seal
ahead and take it.
approval. Yeah. Maybe help her.
Pull it
I
out.
don't
There you
want to
go.
break it. Well, the one comment I will make, as at least in my tenure, when it comes to introducing programs, one of the things that's successful in continued savings in programs is the least turnover, the better. The more turnover you have in these programs, then you have more training, uniform costs, those sorts of things. So hopefully we can retain some people in these programs to sustain that savings.
Okay, thank you. I would like to move to approve the implementation of the McPherson Police Department Reserve Program effective today, April 5th, 2021, and begin recruitment of volunteers.
I sec-
Go ahead, Larry.
I second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. A second motion, I would like to move to approve the Police Reserve Program General Order.
I'll second that.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Third, I'd like to move to approve the Police Reserve Officer job description.
I second that.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And lastly, I'd like to move to approve the Police Reserve Sergeant job description.
I'll second that.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay,
Thank you. The second item I have is the officers have requested that we put a full cage instead of a third cage in our patrol units. This would allow 2 officers to be able to get somebody into the car with the least force needed. If there's at a third cage, there's always a fight that happens and it's difficult to get them in the car. So I contacted SERV and they sent me a change order to upgrade the third cage prisoner transport from $850 for the system to a full cage, which is $1,145 system on one of our new 2021 Dodge Durangos for an additional amount not to exceed $295.
and are we going to end up needing 2 of these?
Nope, just one. We're
Just
just going to
one?
do one vehicle. And I spoke
I
with,
can tell that the lecture last week didn't didn't work. You couldn't wait to bring a change order, so I'll talk to you privately, I guess.
Okay.
You win the Burns Award. It is related to no person, but it keeps burning us. I'll move to approve the change order of serve to update the 1/3 prisoner transport cage system to a full cage system on only one 2021 Dodge Durango for an additional amount not to exceed $295.
I second that motion.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
The only reason that we can afford to do this is that he got extraordinary trade-in value.
Yes, we are way under on the total cost of this
Right,
vehicle. so.
right.
The third item that I have is I actually want to introduce Charlie McFall. He is one of our new police officers beginning today.
How you doing?
So I wanted to bring him up just to introduce him to the commission. Today, he'll start his training in-house and will start the academy, I believe, on the 19th. And so he'll be out there with Rob McClarty, learning how to be a police officer. He comes-
Congratulations.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, excellent.
So you want to tell us a little bit about where you just came from, and you can speak at the microphone so the people online can hear you.
I just came from a 250,000 acre ranch over in New Mexico. I worked on that for about 3 years. So welder, farmer, things of that nature. And
Hard worker, knows how to weld. So, yeah, we'll get a lot of use out of him.
There you go.
Okay, all right.
Thank you.
Thank you for stepping up.
And then I'd like to introduce Officer Vogt. She is our DARE officer, and she'd like to present the First Responders Night.
Okay.
Good morning.
You had
Mayor and
any more equipment on,
Commissioners.
we couldn't find you.
I'm sorry.
I said if you had any more equipment on, we couldn't find you.
I know, like a turtle in this thing.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Morning.
I am presenting the McPherson Community's First Responder Night. The event is hopefully going to be scheduled for September 23rd. That will be on a Thursday, and it will be from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. This is going to be at the Lakeside Park here in McPherson. And we are going to have all sorts of fun things. We're going to have the fire department involved, EMS involved, dispatchers, the sheriff's office, Kansas Highway Patrol, and the National Air Guard. On top of, I do have some other helicopters and flights, hopefully from, let's see, AirMed, and who else is going to be there? Right now, we just put in for some aerial support for helicopters coming to this. So that's like our big, everyone, all the kids, everyone wants to see helicopters. This is for community building. We want the community to see law enforcement on a positive aspect rather than a negative. There's a lot of, people that have had altercations and things like that with police officers that are sometimes negative, and we want everything to be positive. And this is supposed to be building with the community and law enforcement together. So that is something we're working towards. We're going to have hot dogs. We have a big grill, hot dogs, and chips and cookies and things like that. And we're hoping that by this time in September, COVID, we're crossing our fingers, hoping that it will be ended by then. So all of this obviously is going to be pending on COVID. So we're going to need to see results before everything can go through permanently. This is going to be hopefully an annual event. So this is new. This has taken place before I was hired about 2 years ago, I believe. The helicopters weren't able to attend, but we're going to try to make that an every year thing. So McPherson Community's annual First Responders Night is what it's called. It's going to be September the 23rd on a Thursday from 6 to 8 p.m. Are there any
Okay.
questions or?
Any questions? Okay, is there a motion? You want to make
I
a?
move that we approve McPherson Community First Responders Night to be held September 23, 2021, Lakeside Park to close Northwest Lakeside Drive from Simpson to the Low Water Bridge for that event.
Yes.
And I'll second that.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
You want to, before you leave, tell us about your light blue badge.
Yes, the light blue badge is for Sexual Assault Awareness Month. And so we just want to bring awareness to the community that that happens and we stand up against any kind of sexual assault.
Well,
Thank
thank you.
You've done a good
Welcome.
job today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, want to move to public lands, Wayne Burns.
Good morning. First item is recognition of Tree City USA, the city of McPherson. On March 1st, 2021, the Arbor Day Foundation named the city of McPherson a 2020 Tree City USA in honor of the city's commitment to effective urban forest management. McPherson has been a Tree City USA for 43 years since 1978. McPherson achieved Tree City USA recognition by meeting the program's 4 requirements of having a tree board or department, a tree care ordinance, an annual community forestry budget, and at least $2 per capita, and an Arbor Day observation and proclamation. Starting in 1976, the Tree City USA program, sponsored by the Arbor Day Foundation in partnership with the U.S. Forest Service and the National Association of State Foresters, is celebrating its 45th anniversary this year. Arbor Day is April 30th, 2021. National Arbor Day is celebrated every year on the last Friday in April. And later on this month, we will be recognizing our poster winner.
Okay.
Now, first item I have is the Park Department. Staff is requesting commission to accept Votes Construction Company's quote to replace 2 restroom wood frame doors with metal frames and metal doors at the Wall Park Family Tennis Center complex in the amount not to exceed $4,830.57.
Wayne, you might explain why we're replacing these door frames?
About a month ago, staff was doing the park pickup and they discovered that the door has been breached and someone had been living in the women's bathroom through the winter months.
Okay, thank you. I'll make the motion to accept Votes Construction Company's quote to replace 2 restroom wood door frames with metal frames and metal doors at the Wall Park Family Tennis Center Complex facility for an amount not to exceed $4,830.57.
I second it.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, next item is for the park. Staff is requesting commission to accept the quote from Mid-Kansas Construction to add aluminum gutters to the new roof at Lakeside Cabin for an amount not to exceed $1,256.35. On February the 8th, 2021, City Commission approved a quote from Mid-Kansas to replace the roof, and they forgot to add the guttering in the bid price.
I'll make the motion to accept the quote from Mid-Kansas Construction LLC to add aluminum gutters to the new roof at the Lakeside Cabin for an amount not to exceed $1,256.35, which increases the previous approval of $12,154.19 on February 8th, 2021, for a total project cost not to exceed $13,410.54.
I second it.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Next one's for the water park. Staff is requesting approval to Sergeant Drilling to pay for the repairs of one of 6 jet pumps at the McPherson Water Park on the Lazy River for an amount not to exceed $4,952.80.
Now I'll make the motion to approve payment to Sergeant Drilling for the repair of one of 6 jet pumps at the McPherson Water Park, Lazy River, for an amount not to exceed $4,952.80.
I second it.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Next one's for the water park. Staff is requesting commission to approve payment to Sergeant Drilling for the slide pump replacement at McPherson Water Park for an amount not to exceed $8,827.
Again, I'll make the motion to approve payment to Sergeant Drilling for the slide pump replacement at McPherson Water Park for an amount not to exceed $8,827.
I second it.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
The next one is for the cemetery. Staff is requesting commission approval to purchase one 9-foot rugby eliminator LP dump body from Kansas Truck and Equipment for an amount not to exceed $13,032.45, increasing the amount of from 38,181 that was approved on February 10th, 2020 by $9,661.95, and an amount not to exceed $47,842.95.
I'll make the motion to approve the purchase of one 9-foot rugby eliminator LP dump body from Kansas Truck Equipment for an amount not to exceed $13,032.45, increasing the total amount of $38,181 approved on February 10th, 2020 by $9,661.95 to an amount not to exceed $47,842.95.
I second it.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Next one, Turkey Creek Golf Course. Staff is requesting commission to approve increasing the Turkey Creek Golf Course purchasing authority by $15,000 for resale items at the pro shop for the 2021 season, bringing the total startup purchasing authority to $45,000 for the 2021 season. And that the budget for that item is $65,000 for the whole year.
I'll make the motion to approve increasing the Turkey Creek Golf Course purchasing authority by $15,000 for resale items at the pro shop for the 2021 season, bringing the total startup purchasing authority to $45,000 for the 2021 season.
I second it.
All those in favor say aye.
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 And then the last item I have is celebration of a project that was started back in September 2019. McPherson Rotary Club made a commitment to renovate the Rotary International Garden Island at Lakeside Park. On Wednesday, March 31st, 2021, the project was completed. The City of McPherson Park Department would like to thank the McPherson Rotary Club for the generous donation of forever lawn ornamental and decorative turf grass. The addition to the turf grass will be a valuable asset to the park and the community for generations to come. The ongoing support of the City of McPherson Park Department, Rotary International Garden, and the entire community is very much appreciated. The Park Department would also like to thank the City of McPherson Street Department for use of the equipment and material. That person pictures.
That looks great.
They did a great job.
Thank you.
And we're grateful to all the Rotarians that participated in to make it happen. Call on Jeff Woodward, Public Works.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning, Jeff.
Morning.
160 by 24 feet deteriorated section of concrete pavement needs to be replaced on 4th Street near Walnut. An estimate was put together in the amount of $16,206.15. The city has received numerous complaints from EMS on this section. This repair was approved in 2020, but the street department was unable to complete the repairs.
I move that we approve the street repair on 4th Street near Walnut Street for an amount not to exceed $16,206.15
I'll
on
second.
material only.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Public Works has received a request to install a yield sign at the intersection of Hickory and Hayes. After looking at this area, Public Works feels stop signs should be installed at Hickory and Hayes, Hickory and Lincoln, Hickory and Washington, both east and west directions.
I move that we approve installation of stop signs at Hickory and Hayes, Hickory and Lincoln, and Hickory and Washington, both east and west at each location.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Next is out of the wastewater treatment facility. On February 8th, 2021, the commission approved $13,175 to Stevens Contractors Incorporated for the Earl Street main repair. At the time of construction, it was found that an additional 10 feet of 8-inch SDR PVC and an additional 3 service-wise were needed. Public Works also asked Stevens to do some exploratory digging to make sure that we removed and replaced the entire section of collapsing sewer main. This resulted in an overrun of $3,031.25 and a final invoice in the amount of $16,206.25.
Yeah, I move to approve payment for the sewer main repair along Earl Street between Grimes and Elm Street to Stevens Contractors for an amount not to exceed $16,206.25, which is an increase of $3,031.25 for the 13,000 over the 13,175 approved on February 8, 2021, which raises the total estimated cost of the Earl Street sewer repair to $22,506.25.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
As discussed in study session last week, Public Works has revised the standard technical specifications for street and stormwater and sanitary sewer construction, which are attached for the commission review. As discussed, what was added, minor changes plus a graduated table for liquidated damages, working days, and then a prescribed method of how to reduce retainage as the project progresses.
And I move that we approve the 2021 City of McPherson Standard Technical Specification for street, stormwater, and sanitary sewer construction.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, thank you, Jeff. Call on Nick Gregory, and I think the first item is Ron Peters.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Morning, Ron.
I promise we're not going to spend any money.
But you can always come back for a change order, because I gave a lecture last week and everybody that got up had to change. So the secret is don't admonish anybody about a change order. But next year's budget, instead of putting these to the areas that they go, we should figure out what the average change orders are. We should have a category in our budget for change orders. And then when we run out of money for that budgeted thing, we can't have any more. Bad idea, I know. Please tell us about the Mowbray metric.
Yes, sir. It's been a challenge, as everybody knows, to put events like this on over the last year. We did put on the Fallon Classic last October up in Lynchburg, and it came off pretty much without a hitch, other than we had a small collision between two brothers on bicycles, but they're both healed up now. A few years ago on the agendas for the meetings that we have to organize these rides, this is year 22, I think, for us to organize this. The first item up there is keep riders safe. The second one is to raise funds for bicycling activities. So keep in mind, that's our agenda from the beginning, is keeping the riders safe. To do that, we have had for the past probably 15 years, the McPherson Amateur Radio Club, which is part of the emergency awareness programs here in town, that comes out and monitors the rides. And for them, it's a live event that they can keep track of activities that are going on. So I was vehemently opposed to it the first year and then became a believer the second year. Fortunately, we've not had to use them a whole bunch. The ride this year is a little bit up in the air, but we're trying to make it as much like we have in the past as we can. That's what the riders seem to enjoy. Saturday morning, there will be a ride down to Inman, to the senior center down there, to their third Saturday breakfast. And it's always been my intent And I think our whole committee's intent that as we have these rides that go out into the communities in the county, and even we hit Bueller and some other ones just outside the county, Heston now and then, that it's an opportunity for us as communities to showcase those communities so that people do want to come back. And surprisingly, I get an occasional phone number about, well, what town was that in? So it does some good. We bring people in. The second activity for Saturday's events is what we call Storm the Castle. No, we were there first. We did Storm the Castle long before they did Storm the Capitol. So we're not changing. It's a ride. It's a gravel road ride. It goes up to Lindsborg to Coronado Heights. And we have little activity up there at the top of Coronado Heights, and it's all gravel. It's somewhere between a 30 and a 50-ish mile ride on gravel roads. It seems to be the in thing right now, riding on gravel instead of on pavement. And I did just get a mountain bike, so I can do that. And then on Sunday morning, we'll have the normal Mowbray Metric, which again, we'll leave from either the senior center or Hops Snow Shack area, whatever Dr. Fauci decides is right for us. So that we may have a police escort out of town, which I've talked to Ryan Bauer about already. We're not sure whether we're going to do it that way or just have a come and go ride. When you get here, you leave. That's what we did up in Lindsborg. Some of the other rides are doing that same thing so that we don't get people clumped up into groups. So we want to keep them separated. I work on a ride down in Newton, being that's where I'm from originally a long time ago. I work on 2 rides down there actually. So the first one is May 1st, and we'll have a much better idea of how the riders are responding to masks again and social distancing. But the ride in Lindsborg came off very well. So that, and it also, if we do the come and go ride, it does space them out a little more for the lunch afterwards. So just going to depend a little bit on what everybody higher up the food chain wants us to do. And we'll try and comply as best we can with keeping these riders safe because we want them to come back next year. So
Okay. Gary, do you want to make the motion?
I'll make the motion to approve the use of the plaza and police escort for the Mowbray Metric Bicycle Weekend to be held on July 17th and 18th, 2021.
I second that motion.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Don't forget, Ride Your Bike to Work Week is coming up soon.
Okay. Okay. Where did
Lakeside cabin rental application
Cabin.
agreement. I am gonna defer to Sydney on this because she's been working with Jeff Houston on modifying this agreement and updating this agreement that anybody that uses Lakeside cabin would be would actually use. And I'll let you kind of talk about some of the changes and we'll go from there.
Yeah, we didn't make a whole lot of changes. It's roughly almost the exact same information. We just formatted it a little differently, and Jeff went over it with a fine tooth comb. We just knew it hadn't been updated in a while, so we were trying to get a little bit more organized, and it helps the folks that are renting the cabin because it does get busier this time of year. So no major changes. We just made sure to clarify more on restrictions, amenities, deposits and fees and things along those lines.
None of those have changed though.
No.
So we still allow dancing.
Yes, we still allow dancing, just no goat yoga.
I got an old sign from a previous mayor in my office that says, no profanity and no dancing.
There you go.
Okay, anybody have a question on this?
Mm-mm.
Okay, you want to make a motion,
Sure.
Gary?
I'll make the motion to approve the updated Lakeside Cabin rental application and agreement to go into effect April 5th, 2021.
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Next item I have is approval of wages, and there's just one today. And that would be moving retiring Captain Luke Green to pay call firefighter at $25 per run, effective April 5th of 2021.
I move that we approve the wages as read.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
There are two bonds for your consideration. They're both Spawn and Stock LLC out of Wichita, a $5,000 electrical bond and a $5,000 plumbing bond.
I move to approve the bond.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
I'll move to recess the city commission meeting to go into study sessions.
I second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 We have no carry back items, so I'd like to move for adjournment.
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.